I do believe now the maxim is do what thou wilt is the whole of the law. Because that statement actually didn't come from Crowleyism in the OTO and the Golden Dawn. It came actually from some very deep works that basically said the only law here is for you to do whatever you want to do. Okay? And it's interesting though, because when you really think about that, it doesn't actually say at all what you should do. It just says, hey, you can do what you want. And even when something's making that statement, let's say an ancestor is making that statement saying, hey, do what you want is really the whole of the law. They're also like saying, but let's see what you do. And that's what people forget about. They forget about that, hey, just because you could maybe do what you want, you still sometimes have to analyze what you're doing and saying, but you took all that power to do that. You know, you took all of that power to just do an NFL opening show. I mean, that's what you did when I told you to do what you wanted to do, and you really believe that? See, because the difference between the mind of, let's say, the Illuminatis and the controllers is they actually believe that they can do what they want. That it's been psychologically embedded within them, not through just racial class and financial class and all the different kind of structures and that have been put together in the society, but they are bred to believe that they can do what they want. Now, when I go to a conscious person, let's say someone that has a heart, I have to say a person of a higher conscious in that case, because conscious doesn't mean good or bad, higher or lower. But if I go to a person of a higher consciousness and I tell them do what they want to do, all they're going to actually have in their mind is a bunch of exceptions. I can do what I want, except I could save the world if... And this is going to be the whole long list of blockages that are going on within their consciousness versus somebody who believes that they can do whatever they want. It's free flowing. There's no interruption in, okay, I'm going to go do that. And so in a reality also, that's what I was saying, like most of the population is still like in a childlike mindset. They've been kind of left in the altercations of their cartoons, in the altering of the cartoons. When an adult moves in, somebody that does what they want, moves with the kind of energy of demand that demands what they want. Hey, move over there, put that over there, stop this. Hey, I don't like it. I'm out of here. When you guys get it together, call me back. That kind of mentality, when that kind of mentality comes in the room with the ones that are like, what decision should I make? You know, and hope this is good enough. And then this is the yin and yang relationship that's happening in the reality. So unless you're like seizing the wheel, and saying, okay, I can do what I want, but with my intelligence and with my wisdom, this is what I'm going to do, and then do something massive and amazing. Now you're headed in the right direction. But if you're saying, you know, you got all these rules, well, that's just the whole thing. In the great beyond, if anybody tells you in the great beyond that there's rules there, they didn't get it through my math. They didn't get it through my act. Because that's actually what it doesn't have. It doesn't have barriers, boundaries. It doesn't have vibratory frequencies, wavelengths, full stops, half stops. It doesn't have shores. It doesn't have horizons. It doesn't have a vertical, horizontal. It doesn't have any of that. So because of that, it has no limits. And that's why that space is superior. You see what I mean? It's not like a statement of conceit. A superior space is no weaknesses, and weaknesses come from division. So when, again, statements are made such as the devil is weak, which a lot of people spiritual believe that the negative and evil forces are weak, that statement is really more a symbolic statement, meaning that there is no power in division. But if you're divided in the world of division with the god of division, who's known as Zeus or Deuce, which means two, then you would be like playing its game that it's the best at. And that's why humans are not more powerful than many of the species that have been taking advantage of this planet, because they're divided. So they're weak. You see what I mean? And then the gods of division, which are the gods that practice the magic of weakness, are able to lord over them. And at any point when someone stops dividing themselves, when they stop getting judgmental, being more judgmental, this shuts down the whole emotional burning up of all the energy, good, bad, life, death, on, off, all of that energy burning that's going on. When that starts to be conserved, the person becomes more powerful than the entities of division, and actually begins to encompass all things. And that's the process, okay? So that's the metaphysical side of why you have to look at, well, whatever it is that you want to be in life, you need to merge that with the top trending thing that's happening, and then figure out the details later after you put yourself in the proper mindset to accomplish the merger.